Hello students, today we will discuss about our new topic, that is control or destruction of bacteria. The control measures employed are based on the effect of environmental factors of the microorganisms. So first environmental factor which affects on the growth of bacteria is the exposure to sunlight. The most of the bacteria are killed when exposed to sunlight for few hours. The pathogenic bacteria are specially destroyed by ultraviolet rays. Pathogenic bacteria means the disease-causing bacteria. The ultraviolet rays are used in hospitals, in water purification tanks to control the bacterial growth. Then second one factor is the use of preservatives. Water constitutes about 85% of weight of bacteria. Water in sufficient quantity is necessary for the active life of bacteria. So the desiccation means the process of becoming completely dry. That desiccation inhibits the growth of bacteria. So the high concentration like sugar and salt plasmolyze. What is meant by plasmolysis? It is the contraction of the protoplast of a cell as a result of loss of water from the cell. That plasmolyze bacterial cells and kills them or prevent them. The high concentrations like sugar and salt which plasmolyze the bacterial cell and kill them or prevent them. For example, the pickle, jam, condensed milk, etc. Then third one is the use of chemicals. The acids also preserve the food. They either kill or inactivate the bacteria, and the chemicals used in destruction of bacteria are called as the disinfectant. For example, the formalin and potassium permanganate, that is KMNO4. The next factor is the use of heat. Heat is another agent used in destroying bacteria. And then the boiling kills some bacteria but not their spores. Pasteurization, it is also kills some bacteria but not those who tolerate very high temperature. The next one is the sterilization. Use of very high temperature makes the surface free from the microorganisms and it destroys the spores of the bacteria. Then next one is the cold storage, that we also call as a freezing. Low temperature retard growth of bacteria but do not kill them. The next factor is the use of oxygen. Oxygen kills anaerobic bacteria. Even aerobic forms are also destroyed in high concentration of the oxygen. The next factor is the use of ultrasound. The sound waves exceeds the limit of audibility of human ear at frequency of 1 lakh per second or higher, have remarkable effect on materials in solution or suspension, and these sound waves kill the bacteria in the solution. The next factor is the filtration. The filters whose average pore size is smaller than that of the undesirable microorganisms, and that can be used to free liquid or gases of such particles. Then we will discuss about the bacteriology of milk. Milk contains carbohydrates, protein and fat which are susceptible to degradation by one or other species of microorganisms. Then in general the following biochemical changes may occur in the milk. In first column we can see the substrate, means protein, carbohydrate and fat, and in second column the type of microorganisms, that is for protein the proteolytic microorganisms, saccharolytic for the carbohydrates and lipolytic for the fat. The process, the proteolysis or peptidization, saccharolysis or for the lipid it is lipolysis, means breakdown of fat, breakdown of carbohydrate is the saccharolysis, and breakdown of proteins is the proteolysis or peptidization. And the end product of this process is given in the last column, that is from protein we can get, from the breakdown of protein we can get peptides, amino acids and ammonia, and from the breakdown of carbohydrates we will get acid, gases and alcohol. and from breakdown of fat we will get fatty acids and glycerols. Then the types of changes in milk by microorganisms. First one, we will see the desirable changes. What desirable changes can occur by the microorganisms? First one is the souring and curdling. Souring is the most common fermentation of milk. It is caused by the conversion of lactose into lactic acid by the action of enzyme produced by microorganisms. That microorganisms are called as the lactic acid bacteria. So there are two species of lactic acid bacteria. First one is the Streptococcus lactis, which is the most common group. It converts lactose into lactic acid, which gives sour taste and precipitates casein to form curd. The curd formed by Streptococcus lactis is firm, smooth, and coagulated mass without any gas holes. It is a gram-positive, occurs in short chain, and they grow at a temperature between 65 to 75 degree Fahrenheit, that is 18.3 to 23.9 degrees centigrade. The activity of this bacteria is reduced when acidity reaches up to 1%. Then second one is the bacilli. The another group of lactic acid bacteria is the Lactobacillus bulgaricus. And this Lactobacillus bulgaricus, it is a rod-shaped gram-positive non-motile bacteria. They produce principally lactic acid in large quantity, and the acidity often reaches up to 2 to 4%. They grow best at temperature 100 to 110 degree Fahrenheit, that is 37.8 to 43.3 degrees centigrade. Then the desirable flavor or aroma production. The organisms like Streptococcus citroorus, Streptococcus parasitroorus associated with the Streptococcus lactis attack on citric acid to produce volatile acetic acid, diacetyl and other compounds. These products imparts desirable flavor and aroma to the curd. Then some undesirable changes we can see, that is the souring or gasiness. Lactic acid is also produced by certain other bacteria commonly found in manure filth of the byre. So there are Escherichia coli and Aerobacter erogens. E. coli is inhabitant of the intestine of man and animal. The Aerobacter erogens is in feed coming from the grains, soil, etc. They form other acids along with lactic acids. They also form gases which puncture the curd. Clostridium butyricum produces large amount of carbon dioxide and hydrogen during lactose fermentation. So the gas may be produced to the extent that tops of milk can are blown off, and yeasts are also responsible for the gas production. Then second one is the proteolysis. The bacteria like Bacillus subtilis, Streptococcus liquefans and Clostridium butyricum and Serratia matricans breaks down the casein. The process is known as proteolysis or the peptonization. Due to proteolysis, there is development of off flavors and undesirable odors.